you want to host a meetup, but you're scared that nobody would show up? What would even make someone show up? Why should you even go up as an attendee? Like, I could just be the awkward guy on the side who doesn't think that you have enough deals, who doesn't have enough experience, or can't contribute to the conversation. But here's why you're wrong. Okay, meetups. Hate them, love them, socially awkward, it doesn't matter. They are such a great tool. My name's Josh Baldovino, and I'm a real estate investor with buy and hold, short-term rentals, and a flip. And here's why I go to meetups, host meetups, and what value I hope to bring from it. Okay, but first, I need a refill. So, one of the goals for meetups for me is to get connected with somebody else or to connect somebody else, to add that extra value. Yes, there's still extra coffee from this morning. So this video is also sponsored by Rentometer, but more on them later. At the first meetup that we hosted, I ended up meeting our business partner, Ash. And since then, we've done a number of deals together. It wouldn't have happened if we didn't follow up. After you get those contacts from the meetup, make sure that you follow up with people because you never know what could happen. Here's a quick conversation in our last meetup of Ash explaining what happened in our follow-up and how we ended up doing business together.
All right, so Josh and I met last year at a meetup, got to chatting with each other, exchanged contact information, and then we ended up following up with each other, just like, hey, what are you working on? You're in Columbus too, I'm in Columbus too, like, let's share notes. And so we kept in touch and then realized that a lot of our goals were the same. And so obviously cash flow, we're like, well, why don't we just partner together on at least one deal and figure out like how can we work together? And before I even go into that, like one of the really cool things that we discovered was Josh is obviously the marketing guy. He's the social media guy. He's good at building relationships with folks. And I am more like the operational. I like the details. I like working with contractors, vendors, things like that. And so Josh, he likes it, but he doesn't like it as much. And so we were like, okay, I think we match in regards to that, we counterbalance each other. So we jumped into the Joshua Tree short-term rental together, and it's been a really good partnership. I don't want to forget Hannah too, if she's here, which is Josh's wife. She's been a huge, huge part of the whole process too. So we've been a good team so far, and so we're looking to continue to grow. And Josh.
I'm also trying to just bounce around the shot to keep it more interesting. Cool. Another reason why I host meetups is to bring value to other operators. And everyone recognizes the host. It is work to host events, to bring people, to invite speakers, all of that stuff. So I automatically have an easier way in to meet people just because you hosted the party. Two, it's also fun to bring in other speakers and add value to them. I'd say a lot of times most speakers will be a few steps ahead of the rest of the audience. And they can add value to the audience, but as a host, I can introduce them, I can introduce the speakers to a new audience, and my goal is to try and add value in a different way than other people haven't been approached before. Take this for example. Everyone likes to ask, hey, can I take you out for coffee? Can I pick your brains? Can I take you out for lunch? Some of these investors that we talk to, they can buy their own lunch. And I don't know if they want to give me, a random stranger who just DM'd them on Instagram, the time of day. But if I said, hey, I'd love to have you speak in front of an audience that we've made, building out their investor list, their email list, giving them social media pictures or clips from an event, all of that is different ways that I can add value by hosting an event. Here is a quick snippet from our two speakers. First is Rafa Loza. He was on the Bigger Pockets podcast 520, Rental Arbitrage Ninja. Rafa, if you want to come on up, give him a round of applause.
Okay, cool. So basically, I rent out apartments or houses and then long-term leases. I get permission from the owners and then I convert them into short-term rentals or midterm rentals. The beauty of it is that now at this point in my time, it's fully automated. I have a full team in place. I can plug and play any unit into my business and have it in operations within 1 to 7 days. In the last, I say 48 units, and it's not something I'm kind of proud of it, but I'm not, because if you had asked me how many I had in January, I only had 25 or something like that, 28. So over the last 3-4 months, we've built out 16 units. And it all happened within a 9-day period, which was awesome.
And gosh, arbitrage, super hot topic. There were so many Q&As on that. And then of course, there's the OG kind of...
Or if somebody's interested as an LP, I think that's a good position as a passive investor versus of an active investor. So, Tony Lin, guys.
My name is Tony Lin. So we do these apartment syndications where we pool everybody's money together as a fractional share, and then we're able to go out and buy large institutional sized properties. I wanted to find out who's who, so I started a small meetup over here in Bay Area to kind of figure out, hey, have you invested with this person? What's your experience been with this guy? And eventually it just kind of grew, and now we have over 1,000 members. I started syndicating my own deals. So now I think we own about over $70 million in asset. We raised about $15 million so far to buy properties. Ashley is extremely proactive. I see she's gonna be great because she did what I did before. So if there's a deal that's out there, she goes, hey, can I join you guys? I wanna hop on the plane. I wanna go walk every inch of that property.
So regardless of what asset class that you're interested in, whether it be buy and holds, commercial multifamily, or even renting out in apartments on rental arbitrage, you're going to need to figure out how much you can rent a property for and make sure you're using Rentometer. Rentometer is the easiest way to copy and paste an address and immediately figure out how much a property can rent for. If you click the link down below, you'll get an extended free trial. Thanks for sponsoring this video. Now back to hosting more meetups. Okay, so my two last tips for you is one, if you're an introvert, I am an extreme extrovert. Probably sorry for my wife. She knows that I like to talk too much with everybody else, so can never leave the party. But if you're introverted, the easiest thing to do and ask in the conversation starter is obviously one, ask about the other person that you're talking to, and then two, figure out, can I introduce someone of value to them, or can intro me to somebody else who can be of value as well. Like for example, if I'm investing in, I don't know, Kansas City, well, they happen to know someone else in Kansas City. And that way you guys can exchange contact information. You can hopefully make some mutual introductions that add value to each other and then be off on your merry way. I'm like bouncing around so much, but I'm like about to spill this coffee just for the engagement, for the changing the shot. So just appreciate the effort here. Another last question that I got asked a few times is, how can I ensure that my meetups are successful? You know, that is a very scary thing, to host a party, to pay for a venue, to send out invites for nobody to show up. Especially the first few meetups I had very low expectations. If I can just get a small group, a handful of group of 2 or 3 other people that we can just hang out and just talk real estate, that was automatically a win. I had my expectations way low. As we started to do more of these, I've now tried to think a little bit more outside the box in terms of how I can add value to other people. So the first thing, of course, like any good marketer, is think about the audience that you're tailoring to. Who is it? Is it rookie investors, seasoned investors, STR? For us, we knew that a lot of our conversations were happening on Instagram, so it was anywhere from a 25 to 44-year-old demo was kind of our key demographic, which is what myself and our partners kind of fit into, and being able to tailor an event that was basically tailored for us. I wanted to make sure that I had a VIP hour, basically an operator hour beforehand, so that operators can connect with other operators. While I love to also help people, which is why I'm making this YouTube channel, sometimes it is nice to just have dedicated time to just sit down with somebody else who's also doing it and being able to pick their brains. The second thing is headshots. Nobody likes taking pictures, and very few people know how to take pictures. I would consider myself pretty photo adept, and I have friends from, thank you Gordon, who also know how to take beautiful pictures. And I can add value in that sense to the audience. So saying, hey, we have headshots included either for free or as part of the mission is one way to differentiate yourself. Like the biggest tip of them all is I try to show up for other people as well. So if I have buddies who are going live on Instagram, going live on YouTube, on Clubhouse, having their own meetups, dinners, whatever it is, I try and show up too. Because it's hard to ask someone to show up for you if you don't show up for them. I hope that you guys found some value in this. I hope that you go out and host a meetup or attend a meetup and have a lot of fun, meet new business partners, meet new vendors, just connect with somebody. Oh, and bigger than that, I hope that you can also just add value to somebody else. If you want to get more information about the next meetups that we are hosting, make sure to click the link down below. We have investcapital.com. We'll be hosting events more often. If you want to get any of our cool, oh, you know what was fun? Yeah, like a little simple plug, but you know, we came out with some Invest merch. So the merch, the dad hat, the shirts, all that good stuff. Minimalistic, clean, modern, beautiful gear, you know? That's all on the website. Thank you so much for everyone that attended our last meetup. Thank you to Tony and Rafa for being our speakers. I hope that you get out there, go to more meetups, meet more people, make more phone calls, because it's people that really make all this work. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Please share. Anything else? I don't know, like random YouTube stuff. Oh, by the way, just, you know, since you've made it this far and we're besties, I just got approved for the YouTube Partner Program, so woo-woo! That's exciting. Anyways, guys, thanks so much. Catch you guys in the next one.